Hello there and welcome back. This is Mr. Frazier and we're going to go over lesson 5.3. Alright? In lesson 5.3 we talked about that we were going to deal with translations. Okay? And a translation is where we move either left or right or we move up and down. And we went over this in class and we said that one of the things we had to double check, these are my little notes here, is that you might have to add parentheses if they don't put them, and the problem is in the exponent. So we're dealing with addition or subtraction problems that happen inside the parentheses or outside the parentheses. So we're paying attention to where the parentheses are, and then we're looking inside the parentheses, and then we're looking outside the parentheses. When it's written, this is a linear problem. So this would be like a simple interest problem, a linear problem, okay? And when we have addition and subtraction inside the parentheses, it means we're moving either left or right. Now there's a trick to this. It's always the opposite of what happens on a number line. So for example, if I said it was x plus 5, that normally means that on a number line I would be going to the right. But because it's in the parentheses, it means we're moving 5 units to the left. Okay? So positive usually means going right, and negative means going left. Well, when it's in the parentheses, we do the opposite. So you have to have the ability to tell me, oh, this is moving 5 units to the left, or if I tell you, write a problem where we move 7 units to the right, you would write a problem where you have minus 7, which normally is this way, but we said 7 units to the right. Okay? So it's always the opposite of what is in the parentheses. Alright, so that means we're shifting, we're taking the whole thing and sliding it left or right. Remember, a translation is a slide. Now, outside the parentheses is easy. Outside, if we're moving left and right inside the parentheses, outside the parentheses tells me I'm moving right, up, or down. And this is actually exactly as it reads. So that means if it says plus 5, it means I'm moving up 5. If it says minus 5, it means I'm moving down 5. Okay? And the same thing happens with our exponential. Notice, when it's written in exponential form, we're talking about adding or subtracting to the exponent or adding and subtracting to the problem. The exponent is in parentheses, and that's the one that's sometimes not written. So they don't always put parentheses around the math problem in the exponent, but you're supposed to know that's where they would be, because you always do exponents first, order of operations. So, what happens in the exponents stays in the exponents. Okay, so understanding, if this is adding 5, again, it's the opposite. So instead of moving to the right 5, like normally we would do when we add 5, we do the opposite and move to the left 5. Okay? And of course, outside or after the exponent, again we move up or down. So outside the parentheses, outside of the parentheses, we move up and down. Inside the parentheses, we move left and right, but we write a math problem that's opposite of the direction. So if I want to move to the right, I would write subtraction. If I'm going to move to the left, I write addition. But moving to the left is opposite of what I will see. All right? Hopefully everybody understands what we're talking about. All right. Next is writing it in what we call coordinate notation. Now, if I'm moving up and down, hopefully you know I would be changing the which of the coordinates. So coordinate notation, when they say coordinate, they know they're talking about an x and y. Coordinate notation is telling me how I'm moving the picture, either adding or subtracting to the x, or adding or subtracting to the y. So let's use our first problem as an example. Okay. Here I said x plus 5, and I'm going to put plus 10. Okay, so that means I'm moving to the left 5, right, because it's supposed to be the opposite of plussing. So I'm moving to the left 5, and I'm moving up 10. So when I write my coordinate notation, I go ahead and write my coordinate notation like I'm supposed to. If I'm supposed to be moving to the left 5, when I write coordinate notation, I write x minus 5, because I'm moving to the left 5. So these are the directions, and we're translating them and writing them like we should. This one is 10 units up, so I would change y by adding 10 units to go up. Some of you are going, well, why am I adding 10 to y? Because y controls what directions? Here's our x and y axis. This is a y-axis and an x-axis. X-axis controls left and right. Y-axis controls up and down. In the parentheses, I'm moving left and right. Outside, I move up and down. So that means here, I just write the opposite. So this was x plus 5, so I'm going to write x minus 5. Why? Because this is telling me the true direction I'm supposed to go. Now this one's plus 10. Well, this one tells me to move up 10. So I then write y plus 10. Now, sometimes one of these things happen. Sometimes both of these things happen. And it can happen in the exponent as well. So let's say that one says x plus a negative 4 plus negative 3. So I'm going to write this one in coordinate notation. Okay, so this is telling me I'm moving to the right 4 because it's the opposite. It says plus negative 4, which is the same as minus 4. Minus 4 is normally going to the left, so I know I'm going to the right. So it would be x plus 5, because it's opposite, or excuse me, plus 4. I apologize. Because it's opposite. Okay, it was plus a negative 4 here, so it's plus 4 here. And I'm going down 3. Y minus 3. So again, this is coordinate notation on translations. You have to be able to tell me what direction we're going and be able to go forwards and backwards. So I'm going to tell you, write a function. These are all functions where I'm going to the right 2 and down 5. So I'm going to write a function, not coordinate notation, but a function. And I'm telling you it's a exponential function. So that means I have to have it happen in the exponent. So I'm moving to the right 2. Go ahead, pause it, do the problem, and see if you get the right answer. All right, I'm glad you're back. So going to the right 2 would be this direction, which is normally plus. But when I write it in my problem, I have to write the opposite, which would be minus. Okay, I'm writing the function. If I was writing it in coordinate notation, I would just go ahead and write it as x plus 5. or excuse me, x plus 2. I like the number 5 for some reason today. X plus 2. Why? Because I'm moving to the right 2. In the function, I have to write it opposite. In coordinate notation, normal. And then it says down 5. So when I write it as a function, voila, there we are. F of x equals 2 to the x minus 2, in parentheses in the exponent, minus 5. This tells me I'm going to the right 2 and down 5. So being able to go forwards and backwards with all these problems is all 5.3 was about. Understanding coordinate notation, writing it as a function, giving me the details or directions, telling me where I'm going. All right, good luck on your homework. Good luck on those of you who are using these videos for the take-home quiz. I'm sure you'll do fantastic. Remember, it is due mañana, tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.